This conference will now be recorded.
Hey guys, this is Naveen here. Welcome back to Naveen Automation Labs. So in this particular video, I'm going to teach you JavaScript and it's kind of a crash course kind of thing. I'll try to cover some basic important things of JavaScript, at least, like what is JavaScript, what do you mean by data types, what is object, what is array, what is how to declare dynamic typing, and all those things we will try to cover. And then it will be a quick overview about the JavaScript, that how to write the basic code in JavaScript. And then it's not a full lengthy course, but I'm pretty much sure that, okay, you will be liking it. And then you will learn at least something about JavaScript for sure about it. So for people who are actually looking for JavaScript, if you really want to learn within 1 hour or something, at least please go through this entire video. Please watch till the end. A lot of new things you will be learning with respect to JavaScript. Okay. Now, first of all, that the question comes here that, okay, what do you mean by JavaScript? So JavaScript is a programming language, guys. So JavaScript earlier we used to call that, okay, it is only for browsers, that JavaScript is always executing at the client side, at the browser side. So let's see, if you have multiple browsers are running, we have Chrome, we have Firefox, we have Safari, right? So multiple browsers are running, JavaScript is running inside the browser. Okay, so always remember JavaScript was earlier is a browser language. So whatever the actions are happening on, you clicking on a button, you are clicking on, you're filling the form, some user validation, some password policy, or whatever it's coming through JavaScript. Let's see, some alert is coming, you click on a pop-up, you click on a button, pop-up is coming, everything is coming from JavaScript over there from the different browser. And every browser is having one important thing that is called JavaScript engine. So every browser they implement one JavaScript engine. Let's see, for Google Chrome, we have one JavaScript engine that is called V8. For Firefox, it's a separate JavaScript engine. For Safari, it's a separate JavaScript engine. For Internet Explorer, it's a separate JavaScript engine. And this engine is capable enough to execute your JavaScript code like this, right? So every engine is programmed in such a way that, okay, the JavaScript can be executed on a specific browser. And this V8 is written by Google. Okay, it's written by Google. Obviously, it's coming from Google Chrome browser. It's written by Chromium team, and V8 is a JavaScript engine available on Google Chrome, and then it's written in C++ actually. Okay, and then they use the combination of V8, that is the JavaScript V8 engine, and then on the basis of that, they have created Node.js, right? Now the question is, what do you mean by Node.js? Although this particular video is not about the Node.js, but just to give you an idea, JavaScript is the client, is the browser language, but Node.js is running on your server. So this is your server is running, either it is your Apache Tomcat or whatever, or your Node server. The Node.js is running over here. The code is running over here. Sorry, not for Apache. I'm talking about Node.js. So Node.js is a server written in JavaScript on top of V8 provided by Chrome. But it's not like any request is coming from, either it's coming from Chrome to the Node.js server, or from Firefox, from Safari, or from Opera, or any kind of browser or any Internet Explorer browser. Node.js server is capable enough to handle any kind of JavaScript request which is coming from the client, which is coming from the any kind of browser. So that's why Node.js is a server side. It will be executed at the server side, but your JavaScript will be executed over here. Okay, so don't be confused between Node.js and the JavaScript. Node.js is nothing, is just a server written in JavaScript. So earlier JavaScript we used to tell that, okay, it's a client-side programming language. But after Node.js, after implementing with the V8, it is now server-side programming language. Remember this thing. Okay, so earlier it's not mean that, okay, JavaScript only works in the respective browser, right? But it can be executed on your server also. It can handle all your HTTP requests. This is just like we are running one Java server or Python server or a Ruby server, like this. Same thing we have for JavaScript. We have node.js server is available. Fine. So this is the basic introduction about JavaScript and everything. Now, the next thing is, if you really want to write a JavaScript code, so we have to write a couple of basic things. So first we will talk about that how to install, okay, an editor, which editor you will be using it. So we will be using, there are different types of editors are available, guys. You can write your code in Sublime also. You can write your code in Notepad++ also. But my favorite is VS Code. VS Code is Visual Studio Code is very lightweight, very easy, very much compatible with JavaScript, and it's very fast as compared to other editors. You can write your script in IntelliJ as well as in Eclipse also. You just need to use a different plugin for that. But I would prefer VS Code for any kind of JavaScript code. Okay. Then how to install? You simple go to Google. Let's say I'll go to Google and then you simple write download. Okay, Visual Studio Code. And you simple download, guys. It's available on Mac, Linux, and Windows machines. So I'm not going to download. Please download and start using it. It's very straightforward. You just need to download it, and that's it. You just need to use the open source community version for that. Okay, it's free and built on open source, integrated with Git debugging and extension mode. So you can simple use it either you are 64-bit, 32-bit, or Mac machine or Linux machine if you are using it. So I'm not going to download. I'm just directly launching my VS Code over here directly like this. So this is the VS Code. You can see it over here. First time it will show you the welcome screen. You just close the welcome screen and click on this particular project explorer over here. This is a project explorer. Right. Now first thing is the VS Code. We will be talking about, one second. Okay. We will be talking about different data types now. So obviously, before creating the code, before writing the code, what we need to do that we need to check that, okay, how exactly JavaScript works on a specific browser, because we are saying that, okay, JavaScript is a browser language. So before starting data types, first let's talk about how exactly JavaScript works on a specific browser. So let's see, I'll go to particular site, any particular site. Let's say I'll open google.com. The moment I open google.com, you right click on it and go to inspect. So as I told you that every browser is having their own JavaScript engine. You go to console. So this is the console screen. You can see it over here. And on this particular console, this is the JavaScript engine. The moment you write any JavaScript code, let's see, I'm writing simple console dot log. I simple write hello. Okay, like this. So hello will be printed. I simple write hello world. So hello world will be printed. I simple say that method that alert, hey, this is testing. You see that one alert is coming over here. So these methods are coming from JavaScript, and then these methods I can execute my JavaScript code over here inside the console. Okay, and this execution is happening through the Chrome browser engine. So every browser is having their own engine which will support JavaScript. So you can directly execute in the browser. But this is not the standard way, right? We need a proper editor. We need a proper tool where we can write the code, we can execute, we can compile the code, we can run the code, right? So for that, we need Visual Studio Code. Now, what we will do in Visual Studio Code, first we will create a basic folder in my laptop. So I'll go to my, let's see, my documents. Under my documents, let's see, I'll create one folder that JavaScript, okay, or I'll say simple JavaScript basics. Or you can create in C drive or D drive, wherever you want. You can create one folder, JavaScript's basics or JavaScript basics, whatever the name you want to give, it doesn't matter. And then you just drag this particular project over here in your Visual Studio Code like this. You simply drag it over here. So the moment you drag it, automatically you will see that, okay, this particular folder got created, JavaScript basics, and automatically it will give you a welcome screen over here. Now you close this welcome screen. After that, what you need to do, you just open your project and click on this particular new file, create a new file. And let's see, I'm going to create a new file. This file name is index.html. And the moment you write index.html, and then here you can write the script, you simply write colon and tab. Okay, so I'll repeat, simple write colon and tab it, press tab. The moment you click colon and tab, you will see that some basic JavaScript is running over here. I mean, it's created over here. Simple HTML DOM you can see over here. Now, what you need to do, because as I told you that the JavaScript will be executed on a particular browser. So now I want to see that, okay, this index.html is running on a particular browser. So what you need to do, you need to add a plugin over here. So I need one web server which can, so that I can pass this index.html to that particular web server, and then I can see whatever I'm writing over here, and I can see my execution is happening on that particular web server on a specific browser. So what you do, you simply go to the extension tab over here, and then you simply type live server and just click on this particular plugin. You need to add this particular plugin over here. So right now I have already installed. So you just click on install button. In your case, okay, it will be install button. You just click on it, and then after that you simply restart your Visual Studio Code, restart your editor. After that, when you restart, come back to your Project Explorer, and then simple right click on your index.html and simple select this option open with live server, and then you click on it. Okay, so it's saying server is started at port number 5500. Okay, now you do one thing, you just go to Google or open your browser and simple write your local host. Let's see, my IP address of the local host is 127.0.0.1 5500, and then enter. And you will see that, okay, yes, my actual index, I mean my actual browser is, the server is up and running, the web server is up and running over here. And then you simply write slash index.html, and you will see that index.html is running over here, although index.html doesn't have any element to showcase over here, but this index.html is perfectly working over here. Now what I'll do, just to check that, okay, yeah, my index.html is running or not, what I'll do, I'll come inside the body section over here, and then I'll write one header. So let's see, my h1 header I'll write. Okay, and inside this particular h1 header I'll say something, let's see, Naveen Automation Labs, and then you simple Control S, you save it. And the moment I save it, immediately Naveen Automation Labs will be visible over here. In the next line, I write something, some another header, let's see. I'll write hello Naveen, something like this. And then the moment you press save, immediately hello Naveen will be displayed over here, right? So my web server is running over here, and I'm passing my index.html over here, so that whatever the content you are writing over here, same content will be displayed over here. Simple, like this. If you want to write any HTML or CSS, the same thing you can write it over here. Along with your JavaScript code, you can write it over here, right? So simple, this is the header h1 I have added, but this is what? This is your HTML code. What if this is not my JavaScript code? This is a simple HTML code. So what will happen, guys? I want to add, if you really want to add a JavaScript code, what you need to do for JavaScript code, you need to add a script over here. Okay, you need to add one script tag over here. So generally we add the script once, okay, inside the body tag. Remember, 99% cases you have to add your script tag inside your body tag. You should not add the script inside the head, right? So you should always use at the end of the body tag. Once all the elements are declared, all the HTML tags are declared, after that you have to do it. Why? If you, let's see, you are writing 10,000 lines of code in JavaScript, and you are writing over here before all the elements, then first it will execute all the JavaScript, and then it will render your elements. So better first you render all the elements and then execute your script. So how to write a script? You simply write script tag over here, like this. This is a script tag. And under this particular script tag, what you need to do, you need to write a JavaScript script over here. Let's say I'm writing console Console.log is just like system.out.println or print statement. I simply write console.log. I want to print hello Naveen, like this. Okay, and then you save it. The moment you save it, as I told you that immediately this particular script will be executed on the browser in the console. Okay, so what I'll do, I right click on it and go to inspect and go to console, right? And then what you do, you simple save this particular file, and then you should be able to just refresh this particular page. You can see hello Naveen is getting printed over here, right? So let's see, I'll write something else. I'll try to write some more thing. Console.log hello JavaScript. You just save it. Immediately hello JavaScript will be printed over here. So whatever the script that you are writing over here, the same script will be executed on your console inside the browser, and whatever the element that you are defining, these elements will be visible on the web page like this. Okay, simple. Okay, so this is the script that you have written over here, and the same script will be executed over here. So this is how we have to design the web pages, and this is how we have to enter the scripts, JavaScripts in your HTML file, right? But again, this is not the right way again, that okay, you're writing 10,000 lines of code over here. So what we need to do, that we need to create one more file over here. So let's say I'm creating one file, index.js. So .js is your JavaScript extension. You create index.js, and inside this index.js, what I'll do, I simply create a script over here like this. Same script I'll just copy paste over here. This is my JavaScript code, console.log, something like this, and then you save it. Now what you do, you simple remove this particular, you just comment it out. So how will you comment it out? You simple put 2/, it means this particular code is commented out, right? Right, compiler will not execute these lines of code. Now what you do, simple, I'll create one script tag once again. So let's see, I simple write script tag once again like this, and under this particular script tag, we have to tell where exactly your source. So src script src, and then you have to tell my index.js, and then you run it, and then you simple refresh your browser. Same thing, hello Naveen and hello JavaScript is getting printed. Tomorrow if you write, let's see, some other JavaScript code over here, let's say I simple write console.log, I simple say, let's see, 2 plus 2, you save it, and you can see 2 plus 2, 4 is coming over here, you can see inside the console, right? So my web server is running, my HTML pages, my HTML tags are getting displayed over here, and I can see my JavaScript code also running over here like this. So what exactly I have done in index.html, I have given the source that okay, hey, pick the JavaScript from here, and then simple execute on my browser inside the console through the JavaScript engine, like this. Same thing, as I told you that JavaScript code can be executed by Node also. So what you need to make sure node.js is already installed on your system. So if you don't have node.js, please install node.js. So how will you install? You simply go to Google and simply write download node.js. You simply download node.js. You can download on your Mac machine, Windows machine, and okay, and then simple download. I'm not going to download. It's simple. Just need to check that okay, node is available on your system or not. And then you go to your terminal or your command prompt and you simple write node space hyphen version. Make sure that okay, node version is available on your system like this. And then what you do, you go to your terminal over here. Okay, so in VS editor also we have one terminal over here. You can go to terminal and then you can execute this particular file, that index.js file, directly from here as well. And the moment I write node index.js, automatically I'm getting hello Naveen, hello JavaScript and 2 plus 2 equal to 4. It means whatever you have written inside index.js, the same code is getting executed over here. So as I told you, Node is also capable enough to execute your code, execute your JavaScript code. And if you really want to execute on your browser, you can directly execute on your browser as well. Okay. So this is the thing. But this is some basic things, let's see, we have written. So those things, Node and all those things, maybe I can cover it later. But now what we have to do, I simply create another file over here. And simple I'll write JavaScript basics. Okay. Simple write JavaScript basics.js file. So .js is the extension. I close this and I close this as well. Now, first topic, guys, we will talk about data types. So as we know that, okay, every programming language is having its own data types. So what I'll do, whatever the code we are writing over here, I want to check in my browser. So what I'll do, I take this particular Google Chrome browser and simple, let's use it like this, and I'll just shrink it like this, okay, so that we can see that browser execution is happening over here or not. And so that, like this, let me set up, one second, just a second, guys. So one second, let me check. Okay, I'll do one thing. Yeah, sorry. I'll run that particular 127 index.html once again over here. Right click on it, go to inspect, go to console, and then we will see JavaScript code should be should give the output over here. And then I do it like this. Okay, so here we will write the code, and then here we will see my execution is happening or not. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so like this you can check it, guys, over here. Now data types. So in data types, simple, if you really want to define a variable, so simple write var. But var we used to do earlier. Now in modern JavaScript we use let keyword. Simple write let name is equal to whatever the name you want to write. So let's say writing Naveen and put a semicolon. Okay, you simple write let name is equal to Naveen. Okay, now the moment you save this particular thing, let name is equal to Naveen, and what I'll do, I'll go to my index.html. Instead of index.js, I simply write, I have to give the path of javascript.js. Okay, javascript.js, and then you save your javascript.js over here, and you simple refresh your browser and let name equal to Naveen. Now I want to print something on my console. So how you do it? You simple write console.log, and then I simple say name. And the moment you write name, immediately Naveen will be printed over here, and you can see JavaScript basics.js line number 3. Right. So this is how we can print some variables over here like this. First of all, guys, you have to remember that the variable name, you have to give a proper variable name. You cannot use any reserve keyword. So let's say one if keyword is there. So I cannot write if, okay, if is equal to yes. No, this is not allowed. It will give you error. It's saying unexpected token if, because if is already reserved keyword, just like true, false, if, else. So you don't need to remember all these keywords. Make sure that, okay, you should not use any existing reserved keyword. Now let's see, I'm declaring age is equal to 25. Okay, age equal to 25. And then I want to print name plus some space, then plus age. So it's saying Naveen and 25. So in JavaScript, you can write double quotes for the string or you can write single quotes, but generally we use single quotes in the modern JavaScript. Okay, so simple. What we have done, we have created these two variables and printing it on the console like this. First of all, the variable name cannot be started with any number also. Okay, we should always give a meaningful name. It should not start with any number over here, right? Yeah. Now,
This conference will now be recorded.
okay. Now guys, what I have done, console.log, I have printed like this. So similarly, you can print any variable or you can create any type of variable. Let's say I'm printing color is equal to red like this. And in console.log, you can write console.log, let's see, 2 plus 2. And the moment you write 2 plus 2 will be 4. But the color and color will not be displayed. Why? Because I'm not printing color over here. So console.log, whatever you are writing, it will be printed over here. Okay, like this, simple. Now, if I write something like this, let's see, let I simple write range is equal to 4, right? And the next line, if I write range is equal to 5, and then I print console.log, and I print the value of range. It means this is a variable. A variable means the value will be stored inside the memory, and some memory allocation will be given, and then the initial value was 4. Now the new value is 5 I have given. So console.log range. So what will be the latest value of range? The latest value of range is 5. You can see 5 is getting printed over here, right? So this is the variable part. What if I want to define some constants? So let's see, I want that, okay, no one can change the value of range. So instead of let, I simply say constant over here. So the moment I write constant range equal to 4, immediately it means I cannot change the value of range. So that's why it's giving you error. Assignment to constant variable at line number 9. So now I cannot change the value. So this is just like final keyword is available in Java. Same thing, we have to provide the constant over here. So now I cannot change the value of range. So now range will always be 4, like this. Simple. One more example of constant. Let's see, constant. I simply write number of days in a week is always 7, right? I cannot write that, okay, hey, number of days equal to 8. If I don't write constant over here, I simply write only let. It means now tomorrow anyone can change the value of number of days to 8 or 10, and my entire calculation will be disturbed in that case, right? So always provide such kind of things with constant variable. So we have to use this particular keyword, constant keyword, right? So this is how we have to create the constant keyword. Now you have to remember one thing, guys, that in JavaScript there are 4 important two types of data types are available. The first is, I'll write something over here. So the first type of is we have primitive data types. So we have 4 primitive data types. One is string, then we have number, then we have booleans, and then we have one more, undefined. So string, number, boolean, undefined, and then the fifth one is null. Okay, not 4, 4 types. And then the second type is the reference type. So reference type, I'll tell you later. First, let's talk about, okay, let's talk about all these guys, the primitive data types. So how to use string? So as I told you that a string can be used something like this. Simple write let string s1 is equal to, you simple write hello world. Put a semicolon once this is done. Okay. and then whatever you want to print, you can print it. Let's see, I want to create one variable int age is equal to 30. So this is the numeric variable, like this, int age is equal to 30, because age we have already taken, so it's giving you an error. So let's see, I'll simply write int number is equal to 30. Then I want to write, let's see, let some boolean flag is equal to true, like this, or let's see, the user is active or not is equal to true or false. Also you can write it. Let's see, user is not active. Okay, like this. Some variables can be defined like this. Let's see, I'm writing price variable, price, nothing, let price, having no values. And then some variable I can define like this. Let's see, model is equal to null. And some variable also can be defined. We have undefined variables also. Let's see, price model, and then I simply write one more variable. Let's see, wheels is equal to undefined. So undefined is also a value for undefined type. It means this wheels is not defined. Now this is a string, this is a numeric value, integer value. This is what? This is a boolean, this is also boolean, this is also not defined, this is a null value, and this is undefined. Now in JavaScript, guys, there is a function. You go to console and then come over here. There is a function that is called type of function, and then you simply write the type of S1. It's giving the type of S1 is string. It means what is the data type of S1? So the data type of S1 is defined with string in JavaScript. Now I want to check the type of, okay, the type of number. The type of number is number always. Remember this thing. The type of number is number. Tomorrow I can write some, let's see, salary is equal to 12.33. So some decimal number, the floating number also I can write it over here. But just like in other programming languages, like in Java and in C++, we used to have double and floating keywords over here. But here, everything is defined with number. Now, if you want to check that what is the type of salary, the type of salary is also number. So either you are adding integer, you are adding double, you are adding any floating number, everything is defined with number over here. So the type of, okay, so the type of the variables for integer values, for double values, for floating values will always be number. Now I want to check the type of flag. The type of flag is boolean. The type of, I simply say the type of price. So the moment you write, the type of price is undefined because we have not given any value. So undefined is, okay, a special type of data where the data is not defined. Now I want to check the type of model. Now see, the type of model is not null. The type of model is object, because object, null is presented by object. Okay, so we have to write type of model is object, not the null. Same thing, the type of wheels is also undefined because the value is undefined. So undefined will behave like a value also if you write, and if you don't write, by default price will also be undefined. Okay, so these are the different types of data available over here. Great. Now JavaScript, guys, remember it's dynamic typing. Okay, dynamic typing, what do you mean by this? Dynamic typing means it doesn't matter that if tomorrow, let's see, I write let d is equal to some string, let's see, Naveen, right? And next time I simply write d is equal to 30, right? So immediately this is called dynamic typing. It's not the static typing, but in Java you cannot write, because in Java if you write a string d is equal to Naveen in double quotes, I cannot use for the numeric values, but in JavaScript I can use it. This is called dynamic typing. And the moment you write simple type of d now, Now the type of D is number, but earlier it was declared with string. So this is called dynamic typing. I can simply see that. Okay, so remember, the value can be changed, any kind of value, any type of data I can store over here. Okay, doesn't matter, initially declared with a string and then later I'm declaring with some number. Yes. Fine. Now the second type of is reference type. As I told you, reference type means simple. You have objects, then you have arrays, and then you have functions. These are called reference types, data types. Okay, now let's talk about object. So back to my VS Code. Let's talk about objects. Okay, how to declare an object? To declare an object, you simple, just like in Java, we have to create a class and then we have to define the class properties. So same thing for multiple objects we can create for the same class. Same thing in JavaScript. You can object is representing a physical entity. Let's see, there is a person. So how to create an object for a person? Simple write let's see, a person or a user. Let's see, user is, this is a guy, is equal to, this is called okay, an object having undefined. Okay, the object which is undefined properties are there. But if you really want to define some property, you simply say like this, put a semicolon over here, and then you simple write, let's see, the user properties name colon, I simple write something like this. Let's see, name is equal to Tom, like this. So this is the first property, and then I'll write age property, age colon 30. Okay, like this. And then I want to print, let's see, console.log, I print user over here. Now you see, the moment I print console.log user, what exactly it's printing? It's printing, it's giving you, let me run it again. Okay, you simple refresh it and you simple, it's saying name Tom, age equal to 30, name Tom and age equal to 30, and what kind of data? It's object and all other different properties, it will be shown over here, right? So name Tom, age equal to 30. This is the user object that I have created. Okay, and so this is the syntax for creating the objects in JavaScript. Name Tom, age 30. So in this particular object, these two properties are available over here. Now the thing is, I want to access these properties. So how will you access these properties? So there are two ways. The first way is simple use a dot notation. How to use dot notation? You simple write console.log, and then I want to use in bracket, I want to use user dot name property. So the moment I write user dot name, it will give you Tom over here. Can you see that? Tom. Same thing, I want to use user console.log user dot age. Age is 30. So user dot age will give you 30. So simple write user, the property name, object name dot property name, object name dot property name, like this. Okay. Tomorrow I want to change, let's see, user dot, I want to change the age. Age is equal to now 35. So this particular object property age now got updated from 30 to 35. Now I'll print once again user.age. Now it's saying user.age is 35. Right? So it's simple in a more proper format. .log, I simple write, let's see, I simple write user dot name plus concatenated with plus user dot age, like this. So what exactly it's printing? Tom, then some space, 35. Okay, simple, this is here, right? Now the second way is you can use, that's not very popular, you can use using bracket notation. How to use bracket notation? You simple write, let's see, I want to access What is my object name? My object name is user, right? My object name is user. Simple right bracket, and then I want to change the name. Let's see, name is equal to, now next time I'm writing, let's see, Mary, right? And then I want to print sorry, I want to print user.name. So the name property got updated, okay, to Mary. Now the latest value of the user.name is Mary. So like this also, using bracket notation also, guys, we can simple use it over here. Okay, simple. Now, so this is about the using bracket notation, and this is about the objects you have to create it. So I'm not going in a very detailed things over here. I'm simple basic covering some basic small things so that quickly we can cover some more topics over here. Now let's talk about arrays in JavaScript. How to declare an array. So array is what? Array is nothing, is a list of objects. Just like in other programming languages, that array should have only similar type of data. Arrays are always static in nature, and then we have to create dynamic arrays just like array list or something in Java. But here in JavaScript, arrays are already dynamic, and then you can store any kind of data, either it is string, boolean, or whatever. That doesn't matter. So let's see how to create an array. So let's see, I'll create one array. I'll simply write let, and then let's say I'll create one language array. And then how you declare language array is equal to simple write square bracket over here. So this is called a blank array, empty array. Now I want to fill up the data over here. I want to fill that, let's see, my language is Java, comma, JavaScript, like this. So array will maintain the order. So Java will be at 0 position. This will be as the first position. Now I want to print some value. So simple, let's see, I'll write console.log. Then I want to print, let's see, the complete language array over here. And then you save it. It's simple saying, it's printing over here. You can see Java and JavaScript. 0 is Java, first value JavaScript, like this. And the length is equal to 2. I want to check what exactly the length of the array. So simple write console.log, and then you write language.length method is there. Now you can see the language.length is giving you 2 at line number 49. You can see at line number 49, it's giving you 2 over here. Okay. So like this, let's see, I have declared, and that is so dynamic in nature. Tomorrow, let's see if you write. So let's see, this is 0 and this is 1. You simple write language. You simple write at 2. The language should be now Ruby, like this. And then you print console.log your language once again. Now this time it's having 3 values. You can see Java, JavaScript, and Ruby. Right guys, Java, JavaScript, and Ruby. 0, 1, 2. So Ruby will be added at the second position, at the second number. And then again you want to check the length. You can check the length. Now the current length is 3 now. After adding Ruby, now the length is 3 now. Like this also you can do it. Right? If you want to print a specific value, so I simply write console dot log, simple write your language and pass the index over here. Let's say I'm passing language 0. Like this, sorry. Okay, pass the language 0. What is language 0? Language 0 is Java. At line number 55, you can see. So Java is getting printed. You want to print 1, JavaScript is getting printed. Then you 2, Ruby is getting printed. The moment you write 3 over here, immediately it will tell you undefined. Language 3 is not available, it's undefined. But in Java, you will get what? Array index out of bound exception. Here you are getting something like this. Okay, so at the runtime, guys, you can simply add the value, and if you're going beyond the value, it will give you undefined like this, right? Now, if you really want to check that, uh, okay, if you really want to check the type of language, the type of language is object. You can see the type of language is object. So it is what? Arrays are also type of object. It will store the list of objects. So the category, it will underline under object only. Okay. So this is about the simple arrays like this. So arrays we have seen, objects we have seen. Now the last one is what? The last one is the function. So how to create a basic function, parameterized function, and how to use a return keyword in a function in JavaScript. Let's see quickly over here. Okay. Now let me write some comment. Let's see. Now we will talk about different types of functions. So different types of function. Let's see. I simple write a function. How to create a function? Simple write a function keyword over here, function, and give any name. Okay, give any name. So let's see. My function name is. Give me some function name. Let's see. The function name is get name function. Okay. So this is a function name, starting with function keyword, name of the function, and these two parentheses, starting body and ending body. In function, guys, we never write semicolon because function is not a statement. Function is function. So we don't write semicolon over here. And then inside this function, let's see, I'm simple writing console dot log, and I'm printing something. Let's see, I'm printing that hello, like this. So if you see, the get name function is ready, but get name function, it's saying hello is not getting printed over here. Or let's see, instead of hello, I simply say that this is my function, right? So it's not printing anything over here, console.log. Why? Because we have to call the function. So how will you call the function? So we have to call the function. You simply write get name is the method name, get name, and write the function over here with a semicolon. And the moment you call get name function, control will come over here. It will come inside this particular function and then will print console.log. Yeah, this is my function, and you can see this is my function is getting printed on console. The simple function, let's see, I have created. So this is a zero parameter construction. Okay, sorry, zero parameter function. So this is zero param. We are passing zero parameter. Okay, like this. And here we are passing zero argument, and this is zero parameter. Now let's create where parameter based function. How to create? So I simple again write, let's see, I'll create a function. In this particular function, let's see, I simply write greet function, starting body, ending body, and inside this particular greet, I simply say that okay, this greet will take one name like this, and then here I'll write console dot log, and then I simply say hello plus whatever the name that you are printing, hello name, right? Now when I call this particular function, I simply say greet and then pass the name over here. So let's say I'm passing Naveen, and then you run it. So it's printing hello Naveen over here. And if you really want to print over here, okay, in the terminal, you simply write npm javascript basic.js, and you run it. Okay, and then one second. So not with npm, simple write node javascript.js, and you see this is function hello Naveen is getting printed over here. So you can check it over here. You can execute with node also, not with npm, sorry. Okay, fine. So this is parameterized function. So this is called a parameter, and here I'm passing one argument Naveen as a string argument over here. Can I use two more functions? Yes, I simply write name and age, and then I say hello Naveen, okay, plus then concatenated with some space plus age, and then I pass, let's say, Naveen over here, comma 24. Although my age is not 24, guys, I simply say hello Naveen, 24 is getting printed, right? Whatever the number you want to pass, it will be printed, right? Now let's see, if I'm not passing, I'll call this particular function once again, greet, and then I'm passing, let's say this time Tom, but I'm not giving the second variable age. I'm not giving any second parameter or second argument as a number age. I'm simply passing Tom. So what exactly it will print? It's printing hello Tom undefined. So it will give you undefined for age. Okay guys, it will give you undefined for age. Simple like this. So remember, it will give you undefined for age. So you can call the function without passing the argument also. If you simple pass, let's see, greet, and then call this particular function, it's saying simple hello undefined and undefined. Only hello name is undefined, age is also undefined because you are not calling it. So it will not give you any error over here. Okay, so this is how we can create parameterized based function. Now, how to return or return from a function? Okay, how you return from a function? So return from a function, let's see, I simple write one function over here. Let's see, function add function, and this function is saying that okay, you give me two numbers, number 1 comma number 2, and then here you simple write return keyword. So return keyword is used to return from a particular function. Here you write simple number 1 plus number 2. Okay, number 1 plus number 2, and then I'll call this particular function. I'll pass 10 comma 20. So 10 will be given to number 1, 20 will be given to number 2, and then it will be returned back 20 plus 20, 30. 30 will be given to this guy. So what I'll do, I simply create one more variable. Let's say sum is equal to this, and then I'll print console.log, and then I'll print sum over here, and here you will see the sum is 30. Or I can do one thing, I can directly write console.log, and then I can directly call this particular function add function, passing two parameters 40 comma 50 like this, and then you see I'm calling 40 comma 50 90. We are getting 40 will be given to this guy, 50 will be given to this guy, and then it will return 40 plus 50 90, and then 90 will be returned back. Like this you can create parameterized function, and then you can return from a function as well, right? Then let's see, I'll create one more function, simple function, let's see square root. Okay, you give me the square root of a particular number. Simple, let's see, my number is number. Okay, number. Or if you want to write it like this, I simply write let root is equal to number, okay, multiply by number, and then you return the root. Then you return the root, and then you call this particular function. I simply call this particular function square root with a number. So let's say I'm passing 2. So square root, I'm directly printing in the console console.log, pass the square root over here. So square root, we are getting 4 over here. Okay, we are getting 4. Same time, this particular function can be called n number of times by passing the different values. Let's say I'm passing 10. So 10 plus 10, 100 will be printed over here like this. Simple, right? So this is how we can return from a particular function. I'm just giving you the basic idea, guys, how to execute like this, how to create a function like this, right? So that's all for this particular video. One more thing, you go to your particular console. Let's see, let me maximize it. You go to the console, you just clear the console, and here whatever the calculation you want to do, whatever you want to write, let's see, console dot log, and then you print whatever the function directly. If you want to print over here, what is the function name? Square root. 1 second, let's see. Yeah, simple, right? Square root and pass 4. Like this, we are getting 16 over here. So you can directly, okay, execute your JavaScript over here. Make sure the server is up and running. Now I want to write some calculation. 2 plus 2 give you 4. I want to write 100,000, 10,000 plus 222 plus something like this plus something like this. It will keep adding. It will do all the arithmetic operations also. Here the browser engine is running. Okay, your Chrome browser engine is running. Same thing if you want to open in any other browser. Let's see if you want to open in Safari. So I'll go to my Safari and I'll create a new window over here. Let's see. And then you simple run this particular server over here and right click on it, go to inspect the element, and then you go to the console. Here the console is available over here, and you can see all these things are coming over here, and you can directly execute your things over here. Let's say I'm writing 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2, I'm getting 4. You are able to see that. Yeah, see, you can see 2 plus 2 equal to 4. I want to print console dot log, and then the square root of 9 give me 81. It gives me 81. So as I told you that every browser is having its own JavaScript engine. Same thing, you can do it in your Firefox as well. Okay, so please practice, guys. Simple basic JavaScript I have covered. I'll try my best to cover as much as possible, okay, with respect to JavaScript, and it will really help you to work upon some any kind of, either tomorrow you want to learn Node.js, tomorrow you want to learn any automation tool with respect to like WebDriver, IO, Cypress, Protector, Tyco. It will really help you a lot. So at least you will be comfortable with JavaScript. So I'll try to add some more interesting stuff with respect to JavaScript, but this particular video for the basic knowledge point of view, easily you can practice, and then good for you for the beginning point of view. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for watching this particular video. If you please like this particular video, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with others. And please press the bell icon over there. You can see the bell icon at the right hand side. Whenever there is a new video, automatically you will be get the updates over there. Thanks for watching. This is Naveen here from Naveen Automation Labs, and I'll see you in the next video.